Alberta's NDP Premier Rachel Notley has announced a massive new carbon tax on her own province. It's like another GST, but it doesn't replace any existing taxes like the GST did. It's all new taxes taken right out of Albertans' pockets. And Albertans get nothing for it in return. It's just a penalty. Notley's carbon tax will apply to everything and anything. The oil and gas industry, of course, but everyday things for everyday people too. Filling up your car with gasoline, heating your home, your furnace, your stovetop, everything that moves, everything that keeps warm in the winter. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year per family. And Albertans are already reeling from a deep recession. 100,000 Albertans have lost their jobs this year already, and more to come. To Notley and her NDP mercenaries that she brought in from Toronto and Vancouver to be her senior staff, losing jobs is not a side effect, though. It's actually the whole point of the plan. To them, it's about getting society off of oil and gas, as in stopping the oil and gas industry from existing. First, slow it down, then stop it, then eliminate it. Here, listen to her say it.
Help people reduce their energy use.
By help, she means tax Albertans so hard that they change their normal behavior and don't use energy. Tax people into energy poverty. To Rachel Notley, it's actually the desired outcome that fewer people work in oil and gas. Once you understand that, the rest of it starts to make sense. Here, just a reminder, this is what they actually believe. Here's Brian Topp, Notley's Toronto-based chief of staff. Here's a speech he gave when he was running for the leadership of the federal NDP.
We want a clear approach on climate change, and I quite like what they're doing in Europe, and it's worth studying it carefully as we think about Canadian policy. Hard cap on emissions, to price carbon, a home and industrial retrofit program, getting out of coal, getting an urban mass transit program, and getting fossil-fueled cars out of our cities. The comprehensive approach like that, we can tackle climate change, and it's got to be at the heart of our next government.
So that's pretty much all coming true now. Here, listen to Notley herself yesterday saying pretty much the same things.
As recommended by our climate change panel, Alberta will be phasing in a $30 per ton economy-wide carbon price. We will implement an accelerated phase-out of coal, clean research and technology, green infrastructure like public transit, to help finance the transition to renewable energy, and efficiency programs to help people reduce their energy use.
So here are the details. A massive carbon tax. It'll start at $3 billion a year, quickly move to $5 billion a year, and it's officially designed to grow by 2% per year after that. Notley also promised to outlaw Alberta's clean coal power plants. Alberta gets more than half of its power from clean coal. She says she's going to force them to close, and the jobs that go with them.
We will phase out all coal emissions by 2030. And we will encourage the generation of clean, renewable electricity in its place. Specifically, we will aim to replace 2/3 of our existing coal electricity with renewable energy.
So instead of cheap, reliable energy in power plants that are already built and paid for, she says Albertans will have to pay subsidies for electricity from solar power and wind turbines. That's where a lot of the carbon tax money is going to go, to every lobbyist from Vancouver and Toronto who will now jet in to sell the premier on some expensive scheme that needs a huge tax subsidy. Finally, Notley is capping the maximum size of the oil sands.
We will legislate an overall emissions limit of 100 megatons.
But why? Why only limit this one sector? No other sector of the economy in Alberta has a hard cap. Why is oil sands carbon dioxide morally worse than carbon dioxide from cars or furnaces? Well, easy, because this is about a war against the oil industry, a war against jobs. Here's the thing, though. No one's going to fight against this. Everyone's on the other side. The provincial government, of course, the left-wing mayors of Calgary and Edmonton, Justin Trudeau's Liberal government in Ottawa. They all love these carbon taxes. The media loves it. Tragically, some of the oil industry itself, at least the official big oil sands companies, they've been co-opted. They're like hostages. They're just trying to survive until the NDP is thrown out in the next election. They'll literally say or do anything to survive, like a hostage begging for a ransom to be paid. So who's going to fight back? Who's going to stop this? A massive public fight back didn't stop the GST, but it managed to make it less painful. Remember, Mulroney proposed a 9% GST, but massive protests made him blink and lower it to 7%. I think we can do the same thing here. Blunt it, reduce it, delay it, maybe even stop it. We've set up a website at www.StopTheCarbonTax.com. We want 100,000 names to show Notley that we do not accept this attack on the oil patch, a carbon tax agenda she did not reveal in the election campaign. We need 100,000 names telling her no. We've also ordered up thousands of lawn signs that we're going to distribute to any Albertan who wants to stop the carbon tax. It's very simple. It's nonpartisan. It just says, we're not going to pay this tax. We don't all believe in dismantling the oil and gas economy. You can register for a lawn sign right on our website. We'll get one to you. We're going to distribute these lawn signs through volunteer lawn sign captains around Alberta. If you want to be a captain and take delivery of a few hundred lawn signs and keep them in your garage and let people come by to pick them up or even maybe deliver them to people, let me know too. That's a special job. You can sign up as a lawn sign captain on our website too, StopTheCarbonTax.com, or just click right here. We'll ship you the signs. You can be the contact person for your neighborhood. I'd love to have a forest of lawn signs everywhere in the province, from Lethbridge to Fort McMurray to Red Deer to Grand Prairie to every home in Calgary should have one. We're still making our campaign plans. We're looking to hire an event manager to start coordinating town halls across Alberta. This is nonpartisan. Everyone can participate. Wildrose, PCs, even NDPers who can't believe they voted for this party and they regret what they did. We're not starting a new party. I'm not running for office. This is bigger than that. This is about saving the goose that lays the golden eggs for all of us, from those foolish socialists trying to kill the goose, and those who are being bullied into going along with the province's suicide. So visit StopTheCarbonTax.com. Sign our petition, sign up for a lawn sign, volunteer to be a lawn sign captain, and stand by for more plans for our Fight Back campaign. Look, we can do this. In fact, if we don't do it, I'm afraid that no one will. Visit StopTheCarbonTax.com.